Hey guys, what's up? It's Allie here. Obviously, I have not been on here in a pretty hot minute, but we do have some very important things happening at Disney World. So let's get straight to it. Just last week, we had Shanghai Disneyland start their reopening process again with limited attendance. They're only allowing 30% of guests in there, but that's okay. Again, it's just a little bit of hope that things are slowly getting back to normal very soon. And to top it all off, they also said that the next 3 days over in Hong Kong Disneyland, they are also doing a soft pre-opening with cast members. So I guess that they're kind of just trying to see what they're going to do there. Shanghai, everything seems to be going pretty well there. So I guess Hong Kong is doing their thing next. But to get to the important stuff for those of us here in the States, they are finally opening Disney Springs over in Walt Disney World, and so I know that we were all excited. Again, there's a lot of rules and regulations still going on if you guys are going to be going out in public, unfortunately. So do be prepared for that if you are planning on going to Disney Springs. No, this does not mean any of the parks are open yet. None of the parks are open in the States. None of them. Sorry. Downtown Disney, we're still waiting on that one over here in Anaheim, but in Orlando, they do have Disney Springs opening, so yay. So for those of you that are traveling there, I'm not, unfortunately. I probably wouldn't be anyway. I don't really want to be a part of this whole first crew that's going back in. Not because of anything to do with the stuff that's going on. Rather, I hate wearing masks. They're super annoying. They make my skin go raw around my face. They make my lips go numb. Like, I cannot stand wearing them. And I'm talking, that hits me only in like 5 to 10 minutes. I can't imagine if I had to wear a mask for like hours on end. Kudos to all you out there who work with masks on. I don't know how you do it. I can't stand it. My skin is very sensitive and it's so irritating. Anywho, they are requiring that you wear masks into the parks at all times, retail and food. They allow you to take it off for eating and drinking, of course, but then as soon as you're done, they require you to put it back on. So you do have to bring your own mask. Little kids do not have to wear face masks under the age of 3. It's only if you're ages 3 and above do you require a face mask. So just be aware of that. So yeah, your 4-year-old, apparently, you have to force them to wear a face mask, which good luck with that. Try keeping their shoes on for 10 seconds. What a joke. And now we're gonna force kids to put on dang face masks. So yeah, there's that. I'm sure all the moms and dads out there are gonna probably be avoiding things for a while if they have to force all their kids to wear face masks, because in my neighborhood in SoCal, I never see a kid wearing a face mask ever, partially because they don't require it under the age of 10. So it's kind of interesting that Disney is requiring it if you're over the age of 3. But that's what it says. So again, kids 3 and up, you do have to wear a mask. I'm sure they will probably turn you away if you show up and you didn't know that your 4-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old had to wear a mask. So just remember that you want to just bring a bunch of extras just in case. They also said that there's going to be limited attendance. So that's kind of sad. That's another reason why I don't really want to go, is because I don't want to drive like an hour there and then them tell me, sorry, we're at max capacity, you need to leave. Normally, I've never been to a park when they're at max capacity. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen people get kicked out and all that stuff. No, I did not do the 24-hour Disneyland adventure years back. Didn't sound fun. And then hearing those nightmare stories, glad I didn't go. Anyway, lots of tangents. I like tangents. Pew, pew, pew. Yes, you do still have to practice social distancing. This is going to be crazy hard, especially at a theme park. I mean, I still don't know how this is going to go down. I am constantly bumping shoulders and running into people on a slow day. So I can't imagine that it's going to be so easy for us to like avoid people. I mean, you see yourselves walking down the street in your neighborhood and people are like running zigzag. Like, I don't know how that's going to work at Disneyland. I mean, people are petrified. But I will give you guys this. So the whole thing with the 6-foot distance thing, all that jazz. Mind you, if you read the studies of what this whole 6-foot distancing thing means, it means if you're around someone for up to 15 minutes, you should be more than 6 feet apart. This does not mean just because you're walking by someone, you have to be 6 feet apart. There is no form of transmission if you're just walking by someone. So for those of you that are like freaked out that you're gonna be walking by someone, again, I wish that there was more information that I could share, but I feel like people either just don't care or they don't want to listen because A, I'm not technically a medical professional. Again, you can just go and read documents out there. I mean, there's tons of studies out there that you guys can read if you really want to educate yourselves on what's really going on with the virus. Just keep yourselves educated on that and stay up to date with things. Like I said, the information we knew in March is not the information we know today. It's much better information, much more accurate, and it's good information because it means that your lives will eventually go back to normal and it's not going to be this scary, crazy thing like Ebola. It's not. So you can all rest easy and be calm when someone walks by you and they're less than 6 feet away, okay? So don't anybody panic about someone being in your personal bubble. I know it's hard because you're at a theme park, so don't panic because of that. The odds of you getting it like that are slim to none, especially if you're washing your hands all the time. Which leads me into my other thing, that they are also gonna have more hand washing stations, they claim, and sanitizing stations throughout Disney Springs. So that is actually really awesome. Again, people, you should just keep up your hygiene as normal. Like, I don't know why you don't. It's always a good thing. Always wash your hands. Wash your hands before your meal. Wash your hands after your meal. Wash your hands before you go into store. Wash your hands after you go into store. You know, it's better to do that than to just like not wash them at all. And this whole thing with the whole sanitizer thing, I mean, sure, you're gonna kill a couple weak germs, great, but that's a false sense of security, unfortunately, just like the masks are. The masks are a false sense of security too, but unfortunately, they are rules that we have to follow. You just gotta do what they tell you at this point, unfortunately, if you wanna go and have fun in the parks. And also, as far as the whole mask wearing thing goes, so for me, I normally wear glasses. And when I wear a mask, the way the mask funnels, it sends the steam like from my breathing up and it fogs my glasses. All my glasses peoples out there, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, it really sucks wearing a mask with glasses. All you people who don't wear glasses out in public, you don't know the pain. It really freaking sucks because you cannot see a thing. It's fogged. Like, what are you gonna do? It is okay. I know people keep making fun of people for this, and I think it's absolutely stupid. Don't make fun of people because they put the mask down here, okay? The whole point of wearing the mask is so that you don't spray onto others if you think you're infected. That is the whole reason behind it. It's not to protect it from getting into your body. It is so you don't get it onto someone else's. So what the heck is my nose breathing gonna do? Like, unless I sneeze, but hello, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but everybody in the grocery store, every time they sneeze or cough, they take their mask off, sneeze and cough, and then put it back on. So that totally defeats the whole purpose of the whole mask thing of not getting it on other people. But you just gotta make sure that you cover your mouth, okay? Because that's where you spit and you talk the most. You're not constantly shooting snot and nasal secretions out your nose 24/7. And I know that people are just so upset that people don't wear their masks like that. But that's why I am one of those people that I cannot put it over my nose. I can either choose to see or cover my nose. It's like, I don't have other options here. So I can't walk blind. So y'all just let people be and go about your day. So it's okay to walk around. What's not okay is if you're in a place that requires you wear a mask and you put it under your chin. I don't know what you're stopping at that point. Again, you just gotta bear with it. And I feel like I talked way too long about the mask thing, but yeah, that's a thing. Also, they do recommend that before you go to the parks that you take your temperature yourselves. So either a tongue thermometer, if you have one of the heat thermometers, great. If you have an ear one, probably even better. But they do recommend that you do that just in case, because again, it would suck that you get there and you're running a temperature. They said anyone who's above 104, 100.4, yikes, 100.4, they will send you home, and everyone in your group. So just be mindful of that. You may want to check. If you think you're feeling a little sick, please don't go out, okay? So check your temperature. Now, also, people were a little confused. There's been a lot of commentary about how, because of the Florida heat, how are you gonna get accurate readings? Listen, they're equipped to read internal body temperature, not like external body temperature. So your body temperature will be whatever temperature it is, whether it's 900 degrees out, well, I guess not 900, but you know what I mean. Whether it's 900 degrees out or whether it's 10 degrees out, your internal body temperature is within the same exact range as it should always be, the 98.6 or whatever. And so you have to think about, it's not taking like your skin temperature. It actually does read your internal, not your external. It reads your internal body temperature. So there should be accurate readings. I'm sure if someone registers out the roof, they're probably going to check it again. So you should be good there. You still got the bag checks and all the security checks to go through, but you're just going to have an additional temperature check before you go in the parks. And yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's just a couple more things that I know are kind of a nuisance to a lot of us who frequent the parks. So yeah, just a couple more extra things to think about while we're there. But nothing too crazy, like nothing out of this world. I think the biggest thing that's gonna pose an issue is the whole capping the attendance, because I mean, what if 35% of the people show up? Like, what are you gonna, it's like, what if 80% of normal attendees show up? Like, that's gonna be horrible that the majority of your people you're gonna be sending out. It's all self-parking, no valet parking. I've never done valet parking, but yeah, no valet parking. And so you do have to self-park. I think they only have 2 lots open right now. I think it was orange and green. I might be wrong. Yeah, I think it was orange and green. Yes, not orange and green, but the orange and lime. Duh. The orange and lime garages are the only garages that will be open. But pretty much everything is open. It's just a limited opening, as we all expected. But again, it's exciting because we're seeing things hopefully finally sometime soon get to normal where we want them to be. Also, some of you may have seen that today, LA County finally is waking up and realizing, oh my gosh, we can open earlier. So they decided July 4th is going to be their day to reopen. For my personal 2 cents here, the last time we reopened beaches was the very first weekend that we had any sunshine. So we really had rain every single day for like 2 months straight in Southern California. So weird. And they opened the beaches on the very first weekend that it was going to be up like 85 degrees outside, and then they started opening more beaches, and then the governor was super upset that people went out to the beaches. And I'm like, well, hello, why wouldn't they? Like, you have over 40 million people that live in California, and you just opened a couple of beaches, and again, you opened a limited number of beaches, so people flocked to them because it was the first hot weekend we had in a very long time. So again, it's not a surprise. It wasn't because people were doing it because they hated people and wanted people to die and all this stuff. That wasn't the point. They just needed to get out of their house and they went to the beach. And unfortunately, everybody had the same idea. 40 million people had the same idea. Okay, so people need to get off the backs of the people that are going to the beach and people doing that crap. Like, I can't even go to the beach because I live like, 15 miles away from it. And so I'd have to drive somewhere, park illegally, have a cop chase me down. Like, you can't park there. So other states you can right now, but in California, you cannot drive to the beach and park in a legal parking lot to go to the beach. There's police officers patrolling that stuff, and they will give you a ticket ASAP if you park like in a neighborhood illegally and they catch you. So yeah. But we're opening July 4th for LA County. I'm not in LA County, thank God. For those that are in LA County, I feel like there's going to be another surge again, and then the governor is going to get upset again because they're opening July 4th, or starting to open July 4th. Over here for the Disneyland Resort, we just continuously have no new information, no idea of when things are opening up. I know there's been a lot of vloggers that have been going out there and just walking the premises, because you can walk around the whole square of Disneyland. So yeah, people have been doing that, and yeah, I mean, that's fun. Again, you just kind of have to like creep through the gates and stuff. Like you can't walk onto the property. Like you can walk around on the public sidewalk, but you cannot walk into the property. Like lots of vloggers have been told like, hey, this is closed. Like, yeah, we know. Like, I don't know who showed up thinking it was open. Yeah, lots of exciting things that are going to be happening at Disney Springs. Their hours of operation are only going to be from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So not like the crazy hours that they normally do. So don't be expecting that. Another thing that I think people are confused about too with this whole reopening, these are not Disney particular locations. So those are supposed to be opening like May 27th. Right now for May 20th, it's going to be like the third-party companies that are there. So third parties would include places like Zara's, Chicken Guy, Blaze Pizza, Planet Hollywood, stuff like that. So not Disney owned locations. Cast members are still working though. There are the Disney Spring cast members that are there in full force, face masks on, ready to greet you. I know it's kind of weird though, like looking at all the pictures of it, like you know that they're smiling, but you can't tell. But it's like they're just like, ee! But you can't see anything. You really have to work on your smizing, guys. You know that thing that like pageant girls and runway models do? They say, oh, you gotta smize, where you smile with your eyes. Like everyone needs to get that on lock now, because really all you can do right now is smize, because no one can see your mouth. And I really feel bad for the deaf community, because I know that with sign language, I took roughly 7 years, 6-7 years of it. And a big part of sign language is using your mouth. I know it sounds really strange, but that is a big part of sign language. It can change the meaning of a word depending on the shape of your mouth. I don't know how the deaf community is dealing with this. I don't know if anybody out there knows anyone who has been struggling, who's in the deaf community, trying to communicate with people. I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Maybe when I get back to work, I might see people out there, and then they're gonna be like, what? Or I'll have to like pull our masks down to like actually communicate. But yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot, and I'm like, I wonder if this is a problem for people. Anyway, so I know that all of this is really exciting, and there's a lot of news going on. I'm sure there's gonna be more coming. I don't want to be a person who gives continual news updates. I don't know. I just can't. It's not me. Maybe I will. Who knows? If I get really bored for some reason, as if I don't have enough hobbies already, I'll just keep doing news updates. But I'm leaving it at this until something super big comes along. So I guess we'll wait and see. But yeah, I hope that this was a little informative for you guys. If you guys are going to Disney Springs, I hope you guys have an amazing time and have a lot of fun and enjoy your final outing into the real world. I saw all my friends that are in Vegas. They've been going out to eat, and I'm like, oh, dang it, like Vegas is already open. I should never have left. A, I miss all my people there, and B, of course, they're always smarter than California, and they reopened everything. But, to each his own, I guess. So, yeah, we just get to suffer and not enjoy real life. Well, everybody else gets to enjoy real life, and I just get to sit here and suffer and be yelled at by everybody just because I don't want. I'm just gonna sit here and complain until everything's reopened. I'm gonna be one of those people. Okay. Any of you that are attending today, I hope that you guys stay safe and enjoy your first day back in the land of magic, even though it's not the total thing, but it's a taste of it and you're at least lucky enough to get a taste of it. I hope that this was a decent amount of information. I'm sorry, I know I tangent too much and I ramble too much, but hopefully you got a little bit of help out of this. And as always, if you didn't know, well, now you know.